From the conflict in the DRC's east, let us now turn our attention to the latest updates from the civil war in Sudan. The Paramilitary RSF, which has been at war with the Sudanese Army since 2023, has signed a new chapter with the allied political and armed groups. Now, this charter is to establish a government of peace and unity in the rebel-controlled areas of Sudan. Now, inked in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, the charter reportedly calls for a secular, democratic and decentralized state in Sudan. It outlines a unified and professional national army that would reflect the diversity and plurality of Sudan. And the proposed government also aims to end the war in Sudan and to ensure unhindered humanitarian aid to all of those affected by the civil war. Now, among those who signed the charter was the Sudan People's Liberation Movement, and this is a powerful faction which controls parts of the South Kordofan and the Blue Nile states. Additionally, Abdul Rahim Dagalo, the brother of the RSF chief Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, who was notably absent at the event, also signed the agreement.
The truth is, the purpose of forming a government or agreeing on the charter stems from the will of the Sudanese people, who have long suffered through successive wars in Sudan's history.
In response, the Sudanese Army-backed government has said it would not accept the formation of the parallel government.
No one will recognize the so-called parallel government of Sudan. This is a clear and confirmed position, and it was affirmed to us by His Excellency the Minister. We will not accept any other country recognizing a so-called parallel government.
Furthermore, Egypt has also rejected the signing of the charter, noting that there could be no compromise on the territorial integrity of Sudan.
Consequently, we certainly reject any calls to form any frameworks parallel to the one currently in place in Sudan. We affirm our full support for Sudan in these critical circumstances and in this crisis.
This comes as Sudan's army, led by Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, seized back control of the town of El-Gitaina, just south of the capital of Khartoum, from the RSF. It has also allegedly broken the paramilitary group's siege on the strategic city of El-Obeid, which is the capital of North Kordofan. Now, Sudan's military has gained an upper hand in the conflict that erupted nearly 2 years ago, as the paramilitary RSF suffered multiple blows in recent months. For now, the army is in control of the north and the east. It has been pushing to retake parts of the capital of Khartoum. On the other hand, the RSF holds nearly all of the west and swathes of the south, and this has split the country into two. Now, the efforts to bring the two sides to the negotiating table have repeatedly failed, with the Sudanese army saying it would not accept foreign-imposed solutions for the civil war. The army has also been critical of Kenya, which hosted the RSF and its allies for talks. Last week, Sudan's army accused Kenyan President William Ruto of acting on his commercial and personal interests with the RSF's sponsor, the UAE. The UAE has repeatedly been accused by the UN and the United States of supplying weapons to the RSF. Kenya is also allegedly close to securing a $1.5 billion loan from the UAE, further intensifying suspicions about its neutrality in the peace process. Meanwhile, the humanitarian crisis in Sudan continues to worsen with each passing day. Millions are fleeing the conflict and many are on the brink of starvation. Amid this, the road to peace seems to be paved with challenges. Will a breakthrough come, or will Sudan continue to be pulled deeper into crisis? We will keep you posted.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogon, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.